But what is all of this screen time doing to our brains? And could the impacts be long-lasting, especially for kids?
Roughly 1/3 of the country's fourth graders read below what's considered the basic level.
Reading for pleasure amongst under 18s has hit a crisis point.
Hey, does that look like an eye?
You should tell it to blink.
Okay.
After. Okay, let's start reading. Why don't we?
I think Eames really, really, really loves books. I think he likes picking the books out. He likes going through the stories. He memorizes these books. You know, he'll audit you as you're reading them. If you get a word wrong, you get interrupted. And
suddenly, alarms going off. What is it? Captain Hedda Cassidy asked.
Alarms started going off.
Oh my gosh, you really memorized this book. I got that wrong.
It's an easy book to memorize.
Now that Eames is in school as well, he has library day at school once a week, so he gets to pick a book and then he returns that book the following week. So it's kind of a slightly more independent approach to choosing books and library experience.
Nala, I think she comes and goes, so like she loves picking out her book and like being there for the book. She might walk away for a little bit and then come back as you're reading the story, but she still, I think, gets a lot of enjoyment out of it.
The moon is high, the sea is deep. They rock and rock and rock to sleep. So this is your favorite book?
I think in terms of my own personal, and I think probably our collective reasoning for encouraging our kids to read is similar to why our parents did so, both to encourage that joy and also because I think we also value the importance of education and think that reading is a big kind of first step.
It's nice to be able to do an activity with your kids that they really love doing every day. And so I think I get a lot of joy out of like reading to the kids because they get a lot of joy out of experiencing that as well.
My name is Nicole Kritikos, and I work at Scholastic Canada as the Director of Marketing and Publicity. For almost 70 years now, Scholastic Canada has kept its mission of reaching all kids and inspiring a love of reading in children through the amazing books that we publish. I think teenagers start identifying less as people that like to read for fun for all the obvious reasons. I mean, life opens up. But the hope is always that if you set that foundation, they will come back to it and recognize that books as entertainment will always be there for them.
So what I think that tells you is that it's not that the kids don't want to read, it's that the reading is being presented to them in maybe not the best way. But if they see an author come in, they get excited because they make a connection to a real human being. My name is Kevin Sylvester, and I am an author and an illustrator and sometime broadcaster, and sometime hockey goalie. Hello, Pupper. Hello, Pupper. Oh, thank you for the kisses. I do a lot of school visits, and I'll say to kids, you have to read if you want to be a writer, but reading is a struggle. It was a huge struggle for me when I was a kid, and I never read the books that were given to me in schools. The library saved me, because I was just kind of allowed to pick out some random book that looked interesting, that I thought was interesting. It wasn't recommended to me by a teacher. It wasn't recommended to me by an adult. Here's what I think would be my main point and my main worry. It's not that kids don't want to read books that are fun. It's not that kids don't want to read and continue reading. It's that we are losing access to the points where the kids make those decisions themselves. We're seeing public libraries, school libraries attacked, cut, budgets are cut, books are being banned. And when all of those horrible things happen, kids are not able to have the agency to decide what they want to read. And if you want to turn a kid off, tell them there's a way to do it that they have to do, and tell them there's a way to do it that they're not allowed to do.
My name is Carly Lynn Scott. I work at the Children's Book Bank and I'm the Director of Communications. So the purpose of the Children's Book Bank is to provide equal access to books for children across the city. So we provide free books and literacy programming in high-needs neighborhoods. And the goal is to promote literacy and increase literacy rates in order to ultimately increase socioeconomic outcomes. So we have one family at our location that comes in nearly every day that we're open. It's a mom and her young daughter. The daughter actually turned 6 yesterday, and we had cupcakes for her. But they're from India. They came about a year ago, but over the summer they went back to visit family in India for 3 months. And they actually called us from India just to let us know that they were reading every day and that they missed the book bank. And so we got that voicemail, and it was very special. We ask that children are the ones that pick out their own books. They select what they want to read, because we know that when kids enjoy reading, they actually get more out of it and they're more likely to want to continue reading.
Do you think that you'll continue reading?
Yes.
Yes. And what kind of books are you going to read to yourself?
Kids books, definitely.
Definitely kids' books? Because you're a kid.
Yeah, and even when I'm a grown-up, I'll still read kids' books to myself. Because I'd still be reading kids' books to my sister's kids.
Do you think it's good for you to read?
Yes,
Why do you think it's good for you to read?
because you learn.
Because you learn. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. And do you think other people should read?
Yes,
Why do you think other people should read?
because they can learn.
Because they can learn. Wow. Okay. Do you think I should read?
Yeah,
What books do you think I should read?
kids' books.
And they sang to the sea as they all set sail on the tail of the gray-blue humpback whale. The end.